I always bore people when I tank, because I mean,
Alexstrasza
just one
charged
pull at a
us with
time.
protecting the life pools from the Primalists. I pray they've not infiltrated too deeply. Ensure the eggs are safe and
And me
eliminate
personally,
any
I mean, I never
footprint on
heal. I just kind of
sacred
do
grounds.
mostly play on my mage. But when I see
Yeah.
like a tank from a pug, now mind you, these tanks they don't like know each other, right? The tanks and the healers, but like they'll start pulling like four packs at a time. It's like, my God,
Right.
you really trust this healer? Like, you haven't even met the guy, like, you know?
Huh? The survival out here.
Fuck. Like I see like a lot of AoE spells too have diminishing returns after 8 targets, sometimes 5, right? So like I
Right.
get big pulls, but people are still in the mentality that, because I remember they implemented that change after BFA, and it's like
Yep.
I get big pulls, but you're actually hurting yourself. Even if it gets done, it's not going as fast as you think. But maybe I'm just old school. And I like do things a little too by the book.
No. No. No, I know some tanks that do that. Healers, you know, they like it slow. Whatever.
Especially if you don't know the people. It's a pug. If it's your team, by all means, go ballistic. Who cares?
Right.
A long time ago in a galaxy far away, when I used to heal, God, you fucking need it. When I used to heal, I would get the feel for the tank and the DPS killing shit, that I would run ahead. I played a priest, so I would run up ahead, shadow word pain something, and just run back, right?
Right.
Tanks got pissed at me for that. And it'd be great because like
Cool.
we would stay in the same room and the fight would just keep going, right? The fight would just keep,
Right.
or oh dude, what really used to piss him off is I wouldn't I wouldn't just shadow word pain, I would grip him. Oh man, they got
Wow.
so mad at me at that. I'm like, dude, I'm pulling you to the bobs. Like, I'm making your job a little easier. They
Right.
they would get so. I mean, mind you, I didn't tell them I was doing that, and I would hope that they would kind of get it, but it didn't work out too well sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I would keep doing it because it was funny, but
I don't know where that charge is going on.
I gotta remember that fire dragon comes down a little bit in the other half, because it always like fucks people up. They'll start the next pull, and the dragon like lands behind them. Like, whoops.
Yep.
Healer mana, okay. He's 100%. Shit. I was with a viewer. It was me, my healer friend Cody, which you've met, and
Yeah.
I was on my mage, and he was like, "Hey, can I tank with you guys?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Let's do shit." And he was like really worried about it, right? And we did it, no problem. It was like a 2 and a 3, whatever. And I look at his item level. He was a demon hunter, and he was like 480. I'm like, shit. I was doing zeros at that time, and you're doing better than like most tanks that I see at a higher item level. About that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be worried about that because I was my shaman. I went in there. I went into an 8 at 480. So,
Healing it or oh no enhancement, right? You were enhanced.
yeah, yeah,
Something that I've noticed, especially doing zeros, you can tell who like just recently resubbed and has a bunch of like the welfare greens, the catch-up gear,
yep,
and it's like, oh my god, dude, they're doing like season 1 DPS at 479 or some shit, like what would be mythic before in the last season, and like
yep.
you can just tell. I mean, those poor folks. I mean, God bless them. They just have no idea what they're doing. It's like, oh my god, like zeros felt like tens.
Yep. That's for sure.
I feel them spread out too thin though with these characters because I like playing them all, you know?
Yeah.
But it's hard to push keys like
That-
dedicated like that.
Mm. That's why, like, you push keys, you push them to 8.
Like, yeah, like once you're
And,
over
like-
500, you can like actually start spreading your legs a little bit.
Mm, yeah.
One of my friends, he's a follower of the channel, a subber. He was the mythic guy I was talking about earlier. He's a healer. Now my pally hit 500, 504, whatever. And he's like, "You want to tank this 10?" I'm like, "Are you out of your fucking mind, bro? I don't even know what I'm doing on 2s." Like, he's like, "Come on, come on." But I was getting off at that time. But I mean, like, he has faith in me. Shit.
Yeah. I pretty much play with everybody, you know, try to help everybody and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know. You can, like, finding good people is tough. But the thing is, it's more like just avoiding the bad people that are obvious. Once you do that, it's...
Yes.
Once you do that, that's half the battle. Did not need to put that there. What am I doing? What's interesting about the Demon Hunter buddy that I was talking about earlier, I was looking at his talent tree because he did really good for his item level. And the other way you can play a Demon Hunter, he went heavy into the right side of the talent tree for sigils. And my build is mostly for self-healing and the souls or whatever it's called. And I noticed that his self-healing wasn't... Like, it would be roughly around 50k, where mine's like 80 or 90. But the way that he was pulling mobs and DPSing was like astronomical. And I was like, aha. Because you do more like damage with like better sigils and get them up more often.
Right.
So, just, you know, different flavors of playstyle, I suppose.
Yeah, everybody has their own.
Like, for example, Haku, his playstyle is dying. I'm just talking shit.
Keep clearing them out. Do not let the primalist...
You know, these keys I'm a little more comfortable with because there's no like obvious route. You know, just do the pulls quickly and safely, and the DPS will take care of the rest. With Brackenhide, I kind of fucked up the percentage, but we were okay.
Yeah. That one you gotta pull big.
Yeah, I realize that. Because like there's so many like, little shitter mobs that don't give any percentage, and there's like the trees that do, but people don't like the tree route because of the debuffs. And it depends on the group, I guess, or just what route you want to stick with.
Yep. Yes, sir. That's about it. That's why I like I help people and stuff like that. But the thing is that if I get that's why I keep with my groups.
Mm-hmm.
You are almost to the master of these minions. Hurry onwards, champion.
See, I never played season 1, so these dungeons are like kind of new to me.
Yeah, I played it a little bit. I think it was the same dungeon in season 2. Because I remember Oldemon was one of the ones. I'm not sure if Ruby Life was. But I remember when I resubbed, a lot of like the opening dungeons just weren't in the rotation.
Yeah, I didn't play season 1 or season 2. I was kind of dealing with family issues, so...
Yeah, my school schedule was a bit more hectic, but now it's kind of slowed down. so I can do the responsible thing and waste my time in WoW again.
Same here. Yeah, so I work at a Shell plant that I move rail cars for them, and I drive the locomotive and stuff like that. So
So it's like the oil industry?
my schedule, yes,
Very nice.
and it's a DuPont schedule, so that's why I got 7 days off and the way I work.
Yeah, like I never understood that.
Like-
It's like if you drive, you're obviously going pretty far from home. So like, how does that work when your shift ends? You're like 1,000 miles away or whatever. I don't know like what the routes are, what kind of like travel time we're talking about here.
I don't travel. I do it inside a plant.
Ah, so it's like at a control panel.
No. So all I do is just move the rail cars with the locomotive in the yard. That's it.
Ah, gotcha.
No, it's gonna be a bad bait.
It's gonna get hit with. I have an idea for this next movement. Watch this. Famous last words. Look at this dash. Whoa! Look at that. It's fine.
Vile monster! I protected these life pools. No!
You going on? Okay.
Brought this up. That's a good grab.
I was hoping you'd go grab all of this.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent point. Healer's not even working that hard. Might be able to grab these guys too when we stun them. Get my trinket for some safety. God forbid DPS get bored. The worst thing you can do to DPS is try to get them killed. Probably not gonna get all the old wars done tonight and all the characters. I'd like to get it on the DK. Because he really needs the most champion gear.
Yeah.
That for like Black Temple's fun, but that World War first boss, as you saw, just God, people ruined
Yes.
it. God,
Yep.
wasted a good hour of my night dealing with the first morons.
Your false queen cannot stop us.
Do you want mana or not?
The truth.
Can't tell if he's drinking. No, he's drinking.
Yeah, he's drinking.
90 at the QBR.
Deal with it.
Nice add-on. Tells you which direction the next one's coming.
Down.
Because I was just thinking, it says left, but which left? Because we're like, so, you know, we're turning around. I guess left relative to
Yeah.
the starting. Yeah, that makes sense.
Now mine says down.
Because next window, right? No. Plug the stream. You know how I do.
Thank you, champion. The life pools are safe for the moment.